North America Winter Championship for Brawlhalla happened last weekend. Looking at the top 64 to start things off, nothing too out of the ordinary besides Simba losing to Sandstorm probably. Simba decided to salty tweet right after losing to Sandstorm, as well as like hundreds of other pros losing in this tournament. 2,433 people attended this tournament, so I was going to expect some tweets anyways, but this hasn't happened in a long time. Usually after players lose, they're like, GG's, I got to work on myself, and then they quote something from anime and drop a little gif. But this tournament, it was completely different. Everyone was definitely subtweeting at other people. Simba lost and just kind of flamed the devs, and that started an onslaught of everyone flaming the devs about how bad the game is. Weapon spawns and weapon throws seems to be the biggest issue. Some people are taking advantage of it, like Snowy had a world record breaking amount of weapon throws. But speaking of the top 64, nothing really out of the ordinary happened. Wrench is pretty much a content creator, so he just lost and is washed. Same with Zexus. Everything else is pretty normal though. Experience making it to the top 64 is pretty interesting. Cody Travis having no issues as usual. Nothing too exciting from this first game. I was pretty happy to hear Duke be on the casting list for the first matches because Duke just got married. Now I wanted to see him in his prime talking about the players. It's Rayman versus Taros, so nothing really too exciting, or Roman Reigns. Really, Pierre just had to work on not getting stomp stared, but I'm not going to critique him. He's a top 32 pro. Oh, it's a top 32 game, so not too exciting. It ends pretty anticlimactically. I think the most important part is just noting Luna, because he just came from the 2v2 Winter Champs victory. So I wanted to just quickly cover down his first match. It was actually really close, so to see where he keeps going in the tournament is unexpected. But Taros top 32. Why is this happening? I was super looking forward to this matchup. This is Snowy versus Luna. Snowy has an incredibly different playstyle from Luna. Luna's really one and done. Snowy is very much a weapon throw demon. Snowy has gaming related injuries before from literally hurting himself while playing Brawlhalla. It wasn't looking good for him. He's already making a comeback from being, I think it was 0-2 in the beginning. Luna has this way stronger character currently in the meta. Rayman's just out of nowhere. I think Snowy's personally a Rayman pioneer. He's also just got the cutest strip on I've ever seen with the Daisy and the Springtime Axe. Just watching Snowy's the best because his YouTube channel, you see how Snowy plays. He really just talks to himself and just kind of moves around the map. He's just a goofy dude playing a goofy character. Like, Snowy's just goofy. He's just a goofy guy. But that's okay. We like Snowy. Luna is just a positive mental guy. He's Saitama. He just doesn't say much and he kills everything. He's just a beast. So watching this match was really interesting because not only was Luna really laying down the hammer, and Snowy was just kind of being goofy as usual. Snowy was like, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this guy thinking he can just come in and be all serious. I'm going to show him how goofy I can get. Look at that. Look at that Sig. Look at these weapon throws. Weapon throw with weapon throw. Snowy gets weapon control. He gets center stage control. He just throws them both. He does not care. It's also the fact that Snowy plays on a controller. So sometimes he'll just use Sigs the wrong way and he gets away with it. So it just makes him a really interesting character to watch. Guys, literally playing on the D-pad of a PS4 controller, right? Alright. Here Snowy starts to get a little bit more serious. He's got the axe, he's got the weapon spawn. He throws away the axe immediately, gets another weapon. He's working Luna pretty well. He's still down in HP. Throws away the weapon again. Snowy doesn't care though. He knows the weapon's going to spawn on the left side of the map immediately right now. D-Light, D-Sig, D-Sig, ground pound. He had enough. He ended the game right there. That is just insane to me that Snowy decided to just sit up in his chair for a second and end the game. Sandstorm for his final ever Winters game going core. I don't know if he was labbing up core for a little bit or something came through. Core's like side sig and neutral sig on gauntlets both have disgusting amount of kill potential. Like the throw is just insane. So maybe he labbed this one up and chose it. I remember the first time Sandstorm ever played Hammer in tournament was on like Sentinel. And I think it was Amsterdam. I'm not entirely sure, but he was running Sentinel and it did not look good. So his Hammer is obviously good now. I think this dude could play any weapon in the game. I mean, it's Sandstorm, but unfortunately, this is his retirement event. Retirement is not... We don't know how long it will be yet, but I don't think he's having a fun time. He's really against the weapon throws. He's had a big issue through for a while. He doesn't like the weapon spawns either. Seeing Sandstorm throw in a lot more weapons than he usually does is really uncharacteristic. And watching him beat Hardy MJ is really not unexpected. Hardy on the J-Un's not that bad. It's just really weird seeing J-Un still after BCX. I don't know what this guy thinks is going on, but BCX has been over. J-Un is kind of boring to watch. If you are not good with sword, you're not really that good with J-Un. If you're not the best great sword player ever, J-Un is just not that good. But what is interesting is Hardy after this match goes into I think he goes into losers and then top 9 and drops a devastating tweet about losing. He is mad. So just thought I'd cover this one because it's Sandstorm into the top 12. Pretty important match, and we'll continue on. Alright, we got the full-time content creator, Boomie versus Java, who plays Bodvar, the most boring character of the entire game. Boomie lost on Munin and decided to switch to J-Un. I know I just should talk to J-Un, but at least Boomie's got cooler looking drip. Boomie being a full-time streamer, content creator, I'm not really mad at him for losing this one. You know, he's washed now. It's really sad because, like, last winters when this dude played Diana, an actual good character of the game, he was disgusting. Boomie back on the Diana when he was like 16 years old. Gremlin of a man. He was disgusting at Brawlhalla. Java's actually on the default skin on the most default character in the entire game. I am not surprised to see Boomie lose in the way he does. He literally gets a D-Light recovery. Like, this is the most boring shit I've ever had to watch. Bodvar should be banned from competitive play. There's not a more boring character to watch besides Teros. I have nothing else to say. Nah. I was so excited for this one. You could not tell me Snowy's goofy 2 bronze medal ass versus Cody Travis with 4 golds coming hot off the BCX winning with 58,000 earned is actually going to face each other. How is Snowy and Cody going to face, and how is it going to play out? I mean, bro, Cody's got such a refined playstyle. He'll flip you off after he wins, bro. Cody does not care. Snowy doesn't care either. The D-Light, he comes back. Oh my god, bro. Like, who's going to stop Snowy? If Cody can't stop Snowy, no one can stop Snowy, bro. I have not had more fun watching anyone play until Snowy started playing. Like, obviously Sandstorm in his prime, Mountain Dew, Winner's Sandstorm is pretty fun to watch, but Snowy's just different, bro. The weapon throws, the sliding off 6 to hit who? The ground pound mix-ups. Who is coaching Snowy? How did he learn this? What information does he have that we do not? If you watch his YouTube videos, he has videos on how to get better at the game. He can't even explain it himself. He just stammers there for like 5 minutes. Cody Travis tries to throw the weapon. It doesn't even work the same. I mean, Snowy, the timing, the positioning, the making him wait, the weapon throw. This is Shoho Otani if he was playing Brawlhalla. He wins this. He doesn't even walk off the ledge. He knows he's got this. Rayman stares. I am just so happy to see this guy playing well. I'm a huge Snowy fan, obviously. But watching him play so well versus Cody is just, I'd be super intimidated. Cody takes down everyone. Cody is usually Sandstorm's biggest issue. He plays slow, he plays smart. Cody's a great player. He eats big bites. Like, it's really hard to beat this guy. I think Snowy's unorthodox style and his ability to adapt to the meta is what really puts him ahead, but it's pretty crazy. It's Rayman too. I mean, you can't get over that. Everyone loves Rayman. He made him go into Roland. I don't know when Cody's played Roland, but that's gotta be like his 4th string backup, bro. Like, I've never seen this guy play Roland in my entire life. Maybe like once. The drip is cool, but I'm pretty sure he loses this like not too long afterwards. Especially for Cody being an Axe player, for him to lose so hard to Snowy is just really impressive. Just wanted to quickly touch up on this one because it's Sandstorm playing versus Java, and as you guys know, I think Java's insanely boring to watch. Java's a great player. Been in a Discord call with him. Can't believe he doesn't DM me ever. Bodvar's boring. Can't get over it. Hammer's kind of cool if you do cool stuff with it. Like, I like watching Cassidy. Sadly, Sandstorm lost on Cassidy to Stingray once, and that was pretty embarrassing. Basically, Sandstorm's still showing us what he's got. He's playing pretty good. I can tell his heart's not really in it, I feel like, with this one, because he knows this is his last, and he's not even on Mordex, so obviously he's just kind of doing this one. Breaks 200k earnings, you know, good job for him. It's just interesting to see that even though Java's the top pro, Sandstorm takes care of him easily. If there was a match to watch in Winters, it'd be this one. It's not the most exciting match, but it's definitely the most interesting. It's Experience versus Llama. This is for Llama's highest placement ever. He's on Thatch, which has 2 defense, by the way, versus Zol, I think that's Amethyst, which has 8 attack. Not the 10 attack Zol, but as you'll see here, Amethyst hits it with the side hit, dead. It's pretty risky to be playing Thatch into this. It's pretty impressive that he doesn't switch off. This dude literally tweets every single day of the month to play Thatch, so he's stuck with. The reason this match had so much contention is because Experience, he's deciding to shark him here. Basically, sharking is when you sit off the edge like a shark and wait for someone to come to you. You're literally just sitting in the water waiting to attack someone. Llama knows he can't approach because he's on Thatch, which is a lot less defense. He can't really work with getting hit. And Experience here has got to look for those golden opportunities to get the big damage. And I mean, Llama literally right now would probably die to 2 axe side hits. It's pretty insane. So a lot of people weren't happy with this one. I know Coslick's tweeted about like how this is optimal Brawlhalla. I mean, it kind of is. This is like how they should play this out. I found it interesting to watch just because it's so different. Also, just super excited to see Llama play. He's kind of a kooky guy. He's a little bit of the Snowy generation. The mind games fail. Llama comes in, boom. It was great. Everyone was talking about this one. I liked it. A lot of attention was brought to the Winters finals because of this match. Sand versus Snow. Pretty exciting Winners final match. Just wanted to touch up on the very end here. It's final stock 2 versus 2 to decide who goes into the grand finals on Winners side. Really exciting to see the new versus the old. Seems like Sandstorm was just coming into the scene the other day when he, took over from LDZ, but Snowy's here now. I hope Snowy continues to do well in tournaments. Really wanted to show this last little bit of momentum Snowy gains here. Sandstorm got tossed up by the Rayman Sig, and it's a side light, and this ground pound here he has on the edge is just really hard to predict. The animation stops, and boom. I mean, that's just incredible. Well used to the axe, really fun to watch. Snowy continues on the grands. Sandstorm cannot retire on this, bro. I've never seen him get sauced on harder ever in my life. Luna takes him and runs with it. There's so many recovery frames and all the moves Luna's using, and they just seem so fluid. How is he doing this? This is Taros we're looking at here. Can you imagine this is Taros? Look at what he's doing to this man. This is my Sandstorm. Steven, what is happening? Oh, the dodge. He throws the weapon, kicks it into the... Oh, my... You cannot retire on that. You cannot retire on that. He has to come back out. We need a revenge tour. We are back to the very beginning of where it all started. The ripped Roman Reigns lookalike Luna versus the goofy, adorable Snowy. This is an incredible match to watch. It's cool seeing them come back together. Luna takes the first one. Don't worry about this jump cut. Snowy somehow won 2 rounds, but we're going to focus a little bit on Luna here because Luna owns Sandstorm. This guy owns the 3-timer. The world champion 3 times, 2-time double world champion. How is it possible that Luna is just so dominant over this guy? If you ever want to see an interesting video, watch Darkghoul's video where Luna money matches Sandstorm. Really exciting stuff. But this match is great to watch. I was cheering for Snowy the entire time, clearly. I really appreciate seeing Luna here, but I don't want to see Taros win nothing. I don't care about Taros. I want to see Rayman take the dub. It's Snowy on a winter championship. It's literally snow. He has to win this. He doesn't win this one. But we'll go into the grand finals. Grands. It is winners and losers. So if Luna wins this, it goes into a reset and he has to play 3 more rounds. If Rayman wins this, whole thing's over. Luna's probably TV screening. That's what you got to do. If you want to get good at Brawlhalla, your brain has to be a bent dish TV satellite. You cannot be thinking about anything. And that's what Snowy's doing. He's just throwing out 6 like random, bro. The weapon throws, the classic, the breakdown. Snowy's really doing great here. Luna's taking his time. Snowy takes his time. These 2 guys are definitely in each other's head. It was impressive to see the entire way through. I was more or less impressed that Snowy just doesn't die to Taros as much, seeing as how Taros should be able to lock up stocks really quickly. But it is impossible to edgeguard this guy. That's why the stocks don't go away, because Snowy's insanely good on the ledge. He's like Wrench. Don't go off map with him. Look what happens when you go off map with him. You crown a new winter championship. That's the King of the North. That's the Snowy. It's the Downpour. Snowy is your winter's champion. And I wouldn't want anyone else. This was a great ending to the tournament. This was super exciting the whole way through. Snowy went 10-0 versus the entire competition. Luna with a 2nd place. It is just looking upwards from here.